Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 930 and Doubleshot number 824. I have one DC trade, one Marvel trade. Well, the first one's from a couple writers that are pretty well known. Yeah, this is from a series published back in 1982-1985. This is Camelot 3000 Deluxe Edition. Yeah, 12-issue maxi series, like I said, published in 1982-1985, written by Mike W. Burr, the creator of The Outsiders, and Brian Ballard, the artist behind Batman the Killing Joke. What's the story for this series? A man named Thomas in the year 3000, who's basically on the run from an alien invasion. Yeah, aliens invaded the planet. They will explain until later that it's actually Morgan Le Fay behind these aliens. For some reason. It's never really explained. Yeah. And he somehow wants to go to France with his parents, and his parents get killed by the aliens, and he comes across, and he's in Glasgow, Scotland, and he goes to a tomb, and he runs into King Arthur. Yep, he wakes him up in this modern day, and eventually he runs into eventually he goes to Stonehenge, which somehow this thing is still standing, and of course the joke was that people walk to, like they tried to walk with machinery, and apparently with some kind of spell, but I highly doubt this is really true. This historic monument was who would tear down a historic monument. And then they introduced Merlin in the series, calls him the son of the devil for some reason. I don't know why. It's Mike W. Burr's writing. It's particularly very bizarre. And eventually they go out and eventually find Excalibur. They gotta have Lady of the Lake. Everybody activate the memories. Most everybody is pretty much mostly very normal, except for the character Tristan, which his memories are awakened in the body of a woman who the character Thomas is his love interest. Yep. Yeah, and here's something also really weird about Thomas. It seems like you don't really know exactly who's the main character of the series, mind you. Yes. I mean, most of the time it is King Arthur, it's Lancelot. Thomas half that's like part of this series he gets reduced to a supporting character, so I think he's the one who started up the series. And toward the end of the series he's made a knight by King Arthur himself. They get their own new place, and they figure out Morgan's alive. And it turns out that the UN Secretary General is actually Prince Mordred. Now, there's actually a portion they explain here. Now, most of it is from Arthurian lore. Like the whole thing of, like for example, Queen Guinevere and Lancelot having an affair. Yeah, this did happen. In the French version of the story, yes, the French version of the story would then basically be a couple. Not from the original English version. No, that's from France. I have no idea why Burr thought we got to through this little thing, even though it's not from the original story. That's from France doing that. And they also threw in something I did not think it was part of the original story. They threw the whole quest of the Holy Grail. That part is from the Arthurian lore from what I know about it, and only like one depiction I've seen of King Arthur actually does have the quest for the Holy Grail. That's the film Excalibur. And Morgan Le Fay, they revealed here that she's actually had this thing on her back that basically caused her sword to decay. And when anybody touched her back, they could get it too, but apparently Mordred doesn't get it. Yeah, apparently Mordred, is King Arthur's illegitimate son. Now, thank gosh they didn't go with the origins of how he was conceived from the movie Excalibur, where Morgan Le Fay slept with her own brother to get this kid. As for in the case of this particular book, they do not explain who Arthur slept with, but it wasn't Queen Guinevere. Nope, it was not Guinevere. Yeah. Of course, by the end of the series, several knights get killed, including Arthur himself. Guinevere and Lancelot did become official couple by the end of the series. Probably that's what they want anyways. And of course, Thomas does not get his girlfriend. Oh no. She goes off, Tristan's memories in her body, and she goes off with her own girlfriend. Of course, when they first reunited, they actually have a lesbian kiss in the series. So this is the 80s, so experimental. Yep. And of course, later on it's implied they have sex by the end of the series, but the series ends because she finally has to put on a dress again for the first time since her debut. Yeah, and apparently Tristan, the way she's written here, she does not like being a woman at all. She wants to return back her manly form, so she can be with the woman she loves. But she's stuck with the female body. This overall was one fantastic series to read, and it's a great series. Now, this series was partially adapted for the TV show Legend of Tomorrow. We'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah. But this book, I'm going to give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Yes. There is an episode from Legend of Tomorrow Season 2 called Camelot 3000, except these characters were born in the past, not the future. And they had it where Stargirl fell in love with King Arthur in this particular story, and Guinevere got kissed by Sarah Lance. Yes, the Queen of Camelot get kissed by a woman. As a matter of fact, no depiction of her has ever had this happen. As a matter of fact, this was the first and only time I've seen this happen. Guinevere gets kissed by a woman. A very beautiful one, mind you. Yeah, and you get a little bit of lesbian stuff here in this series as well. Very little bit, it's very mild, but it's a fantastic, like, sword and swords mixed with, like, War of the Worlds style storytelling. It's a fantastic series. They don't really explain what happened to the place New Camelot. It's like they just stop appearing like halfway through the series. Like they go search for the Holy Grail and they don't mention what happened. They just simply abandon it for some reason. I don't know why. They do. At one point, Lance and Guinevere found out about their relationships. Of course, after Arthur and Guinevere, they got remarried. And of course, they had their brief affair. Arthur basically easily finds out about it somehow because it apparently happened before. And he banishes them instead of killing them. Banishes them. Of course, Tristan's found out about her treason. Of course, Kirby gets possessed by it, and Tristan, all she was interested in is not her, Morgan's beliefs cause, but was basically a magic because she's sorceress, mind you. Yeah, but this is one fantastic series. I do highly recommend it. Here's another series I recommend: The Devil Dinosaur by Jack the King Kirby. This is the complete collection, all 9 issues. And here's the thing: unlike other series published in the 70s, this series was published monthly. Yep. Monthly, the entire time. Yeah, the first issue, introduction to Devil Dinosaur himself and Moon Boy. You're thinking, Devil Dinosaur, isn't that the character teams up with Moon Girl in the Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur series published right now? Yes. This is his first series from 1978. Yes. It has been roughly 41 years since the series was released. Like, as of next month, it'll be 41 years. Yep. Happy anniversary, Devil Dinosaur. Yeah, as for how, now this dinosaur just randomly shows up in this caveman era, where all these guys come with these lots of blue fur. As for what the heck Devil Dinosaur came from, it's never explained. And it's basically, this short-lived series has Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur go on a series of adventures. And, yeah, that's really it for this particular series. It's a really good series to read. I think it's book roughly a 10 out of 10. And the characters themselves would basically sporadically appear after this, like currently, of course, Devil Dinosaur appears in Moon Boy Devil Dinosaur. Moon Boy still occasionally appears with him. Like, prior to appearing in that series, last time they appeared was actually an issue of Avenging Spider-Man of all things. Yeah, they also appeared in Team Up Annual in the 90s. Moon Boy actually lives in the Savage Land. Yep. Devil Dinosaur for a time lived in Savage Land. Now he lives in New York, New Jersey. Thanks to Moon Girl being human. Well, and her human power is to swap bodies with Devil Dinosaur. Yeah. But if you're a fan of Jack the King Kirby, get this series. It's really good. It's not that well known of all Jack Kirby's famous works. But yeah. And I actually did ask Shooter, because he's basically the only person still alive who actually did this thing. And Kirby was a fantastic person to get along with, from what I heard. He was a great guy. And he loved interacting with him when he was working for Marvel Comics at this point in time. Yeah, so that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my other 4 videos today, which is basically right now 3 anime reviews. Actually, overall it was like 7 videos overall today, but roughly I have 3 anime reviews and 2 manga reviews. Next time I'll probably do is probably going to be review the newest chapter of My Hero Academia after I upload this video and the previous one. Okay? But see you next video. Bye.